Connor, congratulations. Some statement sent out here in Wolverhampton on afternoon one of the Grand Slam, beating Chizzy in some style.
Not too bad for a Challenge Tour player.
Do you genuinely believe that though?
Yeah, of course I do. I mean, after my first year of having a tour card, I wasn't very good. But I've grown an awful lot into myself. I mean, even talking to Chizzy in the practice room, I need to be on the tour. That's where I think where my game is now. My worst game is where the top boys should be now. Like I practiced with Rock before I played that game. I think we played tons, which is like first to 21, and we played a few finishing games, and I won both of them. So it lets you know that I'm there or thereabouts. I'm there or thereabouts these days. It's
a huge 6 weeks or so for you. There's a lot on the line. I know we've had chats and you know what is on the line. So is that extra pressure or extra motivation with everything that's on the line?
To be fair, I don't have an awful lot of look at what's on the line now. I'm more so, as long as I'm going up and playing darts and I'm happy in myself, it's all good for me. Like my life is a lot better than what it ever has been. Like I've not done a day's work for a lot of years now. I used to do an awful lot of manual labour and stuff. I've played darts ever since Moda's given me my second ever call-up. I didn't quit my job after my first one because I wasn't too sure. But after my second call-up, I stopped working and I was like, okay, right, I can throw myself into this now. And since then, I've been a lot more comfortable in myself and all that sort of stuff. And then I got married not long before the Denmark Open, the gold event. Got married just before that. My first ever event back was that Denmark Gold event to qualify me for Lakeside. Unfortunately, I didn't choose Lakeside this year, but it was nice to play that and win my first ever ranking event there. And I think since I've got married and stuff, everything's just going well for me at the minute, which is lovely.
That top 64 is on the line, and how much would it mean to get in there and do it that way? Because of everything that you've had a great year, as you say, you're well placed for the match play next year and so on. So is it massively important that you do that?
I wouldn't say it's massively important. A lot of other people would do, but I think I'm in a place now where I'm not too uncomfortable playing along these guys on the tour and stuff. So I think, touch wood, after 2 years, I'll be in the top 64 anyway. So that's a nice thing for me. I think I'm good enough to do so now.
We had the little chuckle. Are you the best player without a tour card temporarily then?
I think I am now. I mean, I think the argument was if Wesley had won the Challenge Tour, then it would have been him. But I think after that, it would have been it's me now. And I even got to play Pilgrim for the first time ever in a PDC, whether it's a sub tour or whatever. But I got to play Pilgrim for the first time, which was great, and I beat him the first game we played. And then, believe it or not, that Challenge Tour, when it was Kiss to come top or Christian Kiss to go on a run, it was me versus Pilgrim on one board, and it was Wesley Plazier and Matt Cass on the board right next door to me in Pilgrim. So it was like, oh no, what am I going to do here? Then Pilgrim beat me, but then Wesley lost, and then Christian lost, and then it was like a roll-on effect, and luckily I got through.
Connor, congratulations.
Thank you, Phil.
Connor, you talked about that last Challenge Tour weekend. It must have been a real roller coaster of emotions, sort of up and down with this on the line, with tour cards on the line. It's sort of a career-changing weekend, maybe.
I'm very, very lucky where I've got a very supportive wife on my side, and she's come with me to every single Challenge Tour weekend. Yeah. And I think that's been the deciding factor for those Challenge Tour weekends, just having someone that I trust completely on my side the whole weekend. I think that's a massive factor.
And we know Q School over the years has been a tough sort of demon for so many players. I mean, you included in that, and you're not going to have to go and do that, and not going to have to do it the hard way, I guess. Must be a huge relief.
I'm glad that it's like that now. I mean, I think Thomas Lovely beat me last Q School, and I think I averaged over 100. I think Phil probably correct me if not, but I think I averaged over 100 there. And I lost, and I think I needed 1 point to get my card back. My leg difference was great, but I needed one game to get my card back, and I just missed out. But I think the not so much a year off, because I've done an awful lot of tour stuff this year. I missed 7 Players' Championships all in all. Yeah. And I qualified for the Worlds for the Players' Championships, and the Players' Championships after missing 7 events. So I think this year was more of a proving it to myself. I don't have to do the entire Players' Championship or Pro Tour to actually get into these events, which was good for me.
Yeah. You mentioned the decision to go to Ali Pali instead of Lakeside. That's obviously a big decision. Just talk us through that and how tough of a decision was it?
I mean, it was a massively tough decision because at the end of the day, rather than a dart player, I'm a darts fan at the end of the day. Like, I enjoy watching my darts, I enjoy watching interviews and stuff. But I would have loved to have gone to Ali Pali Lakeside as a favourite, and maybe nicked that event. That would have been lovely. But I need to keep an eye on Ali Pali to try and get into top 64 of the world, to try and... I'm in a good position for the match play at the minute and stuff like that. Like, I'm very, very aware of where I'm at on every ranking table. So to go and get into the match play and the Grand Prix and stuff like that, I've got a half decent head start. So if I can get into top 64 of the world, I've got to take that opportunity. So I'm in the last 3 majors of the year. I'm in the Grand Slam, Players Championships, even though it's against one of my best mates, Martin Lukeman. Ali Pali, I'm in the last 3 big majors to the end of the year. So I'd have been very, very silly if I didn't come to a challenge draw to have not taken Ali Pali for that extra little boost.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Cheers for your time.
Thank you very much.
Conor, no matter what happens now between now and the end of the year, you will be on tour next year. A lot of people who get a car just want to be in that top 64, but I'm guessing your levels are a lot higher than that given the performances that we've seen, and that just proves it.
I mean, I can't set my stall out for anything higher than the top 64 at the minute because I've never got there. I'd love to be one of those players that can turn around and go, oh yeah, I've been top 32 by the end of 2 years. I can't say that because I haven't got into that top 64 yet. I'm not far away now without a tour card, but I'm not going to turn around and go, I'm going to be in the top 64 by the end of next year because I don't know. I've not been in that position yet. So I'm very happy to get it back, and I think I've got a game to challenge an awful lot of people in the room.
There are a lot of people, young darts players, Vessel Name is another one, that people are touting as someone who could do a lot of good things in this game. You're another one. Do you hear that noise, and does that come with added pressure as well?
I'm not one of the young ones anymore. I'm 28 and I've got loads of grey hair. So, but Wessel's a talent for the future, definitely. I think someone that's not of age yet, that everyone needs to watch, is Archie Self. He's playing in the Lakeside World Youth. I was actually his towel holder in Budapest not too long ago when he qualified for it, but that is one that everybody needs to watch. If he's not on anyone's radar yet, make sure he's on it because he is quality.
Cheers, Conor. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.